They watched with bated breath, their eyes filled with curiosity and quiet contempt, waiting for the moment they were sure would come, your fall. To them, your collapse wasn't just an eventuality. It was a spectacle they eagerly anticipated, a validation of their doubts and insecurities. Every whisper behind closed doors, every calculated scheme, every carefully constructed trap spoke of their confidence in your defeat. They saw your journey as fragile, a structure waiting to crumble under the weight of their expectations. But they failed to account for the force within you, the unyielding determination that could not be measured, contained, or predicted. What they believed would be a moment of failure became something entirely different, a moment of transformation. Your rise was not just unexpected, it was incomprehensible. It defied the rules they thought governed the world, rewriting the script they had so carefully prepared. What is it about your strength that unsettles them? What unseen power drives you forward when every hand seems to push you back? Stay with me as we unravel the mystery of your unbreakable ascent. A story of resilience, faith, and the quiet storm that no one saw coming. Every step you took forward was met with resistance. Their doubt wasn't subtle. It was loud, deliberate, and calculated. They spoke of your limits, pointing out your flaws precisely, hoping their words would seep into your spirit and weigh you down. But they underestimated something profound, the resilience of a heart that knows its purpose. Their criticisms didn't break you. They became the very steel that fortified your resolve. You saw through their disdain, recognizing it for what it was, not an assessment of your worth, but a projection of their fears. Their words, dripping with skepticism, revealed more about their insecurities than your potential. Each insult, each attempt to undermine you, was repurposed. They became the bricks with which you built your foundation, more unyielding than ever. Where they intended to harm, you found fuel. And then, a shift occurred, not in their actions but in your perception. You no longer viewed their opposition as a threat, but as an opportunity. Their traps became your training grounds, sharpening your instincts and honing your abilities. Their mockery became the echo that reminded you of how far you had come. Their hostility, once a weight, transformed into the wind beneath your wings, propelling you toward heights they could never reach. When they looked at you, they thought they saw the whole story. To them, you were a figure defined by limits, someone destined to play a minor role in a narrative they controlled. But they didn't realize you were writing a new story that defied every expectation they had set. What they thought was the end of your journey was, in truth, only the beginning. As they perceived, your fall wasn't a failure. It was the chrysalis from which you emerged stronger. You redefined yourself, not in response to their expectations, but in alignment with your purpose. This was not a reactionary change born of spite or defiance, but a deliberate transformation rooted in self-awareness and clarity. Each step forward wasn't just a move away from the past, but a declaration of who you were. You did not climb out of their traps to escape. You ascended because it was your destiny to rise. Your rebirth wasn't a moment of revenge. It was a revelation. It was the undeniable proof that their attempts to confine you had only strengthened your resolve. You didn't just survive their schemes. You thrived despite them, turning their efforts into stepping stones on your path to greatness. With each milestone you reached, you reminded them that their judgments were never the final word. Only you had the power to define your journey. As they watch in stunned silence, the question isn't whether you'll fall again, how high you'll rise next. They see you no longer as the vulnerable figure they once underestimated, but as a force that redefines the very rules of the game. Their expectations of ruin have been replaced with the undeniable reality of your ascent. The story they thought they controlled has been rewritten entirely by you. True strength is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to endure and grow through it. Your challenges were not subtle inconveniences, but storms designed to break you. Each obstacle was placed to halt your progress and test the limits of your patience and willpower. Yet, whenever you encountered resistance, you leaned into it, not away from it. You understood a vital truth. Resilience isn't built in comfort, it's forged in adversity. They watched, expecting you to falter. They mistook your moments of silence for surrender, your pauses for indecision. They couldn't see the storm brewing within you, a quiet, unyielding determination. Your tenacity was not an accident, but a choice you made repeatedly, day after day, against all odds. Every setback became a lesson, every failure a stepping stone. While they were busy counting your missteps, you were busy learning from them, turning them into tools for your success. The power of tenacity is in holding on and pushing forward when it feels impossible. You didn't merely survive their challenges, you thrived in their shadow. Every action you took was a defiant proclamation that their doubts and traps could not define you. You refused to allow their expectations to become your limitations. Instead, you transformed their opposition into the force that propelled you upward, higher than they ever thought possible. Your rise didn't just surprise them, it unsettled them. As you ascended, you forced them to confront an uncomfortable truth. Their opposition to you was never truly about you. It was about them, their fears, insecurities, and unwillingness to push beyond their limits. Your success became a mirror, reflecting everything not to pursue. Every victory you achieved was a reminder of their failures to act. They could no longer dismiss your strength as luck or coincidence. Your triumphs were undeniable, and with each step you took, their criticisms grew quieter, replaced by an unsettling realization. They weren't watching your collapse, but witnessing their inability to rise. The strategies they had devised to control you became traps for themselves. Their envy, once a subtle whisper, grew louder, consuming them. They spent so much energy trying to hold you back that they failed to move forward themselves. Their focus on your journey revealed the cracks in their foundations. The jealousy that once fueled their actions became a weight they could no longer carry. Your presence became more than a challenge. It became a reckoning. You were not just a person rising against odds. You were a symbol of what they feared most, a living, breathing embodiment of their unrealized potential. Your victories forced them to question the barriers they had built for themselves. And as they tried to bring you down, they unknowingly exposed the depths of their insecurities. Now, they don't just see you. They see themselves in stark contrast. Your strength, resolve, and unwavering purpose remind them of the paths they've chosen not to take. In trying to define you by their limits, they inadvertently revealed the truth of their constraints. Your rise was not just a victory for you, but a revelation for them, a truth they could neither deny nor escape. Your strength is not merely the result of human effort. It is rooted in something far more significant, a divine source that remains steady through every storm. The world sees strength as a fleeting quality tied to external victories or temporary achievements, but your strength transcends these shallow definitions. It comes from a more bottomless well, an eternal force that cannot be measured or diminished by the schemes of others. Like an ancient tree with roots stretching into the earth's core, you are unshaken by the surface tempests. The foundation of your resilience lies in a divine plan that existed long before your struggles began. Every step you take is not random but ordained, guided by a purpose that others cannot comprehend. Those who sought to confine you failed to understand that their efforts were not just against you, but against a destiny they could never alter. Each challenge they presented was met with a calm resolve, as you knew that no obstacle could derail what was divinely designed. Your rise is a testament to faith, not just in yourself, but in a power that surpasses human understanding. Every moment of uncertainty, every whisper of doubt, was silenced by the steady assurance that you are not walking this path alone. You are supported by something eternal, something unshakable, and this truth makes you unstoppable. While others see only the visible battles, you draw strength from the unseen, from the quiet confidence that your journey is part of a greater purpose. As you rise, you are not just forging a path for yourself, but illuminating the way for others. Your journey is more than a personal triumph. It is a legacy in the making, a testament to what is possible for anyone willing to persevere. Each barrier you break, each milestone you achieve, sends a message to those who watch from the shadows, hesitant to take their first step. You have become a beacon, a source of light that cuts through the fog of doubt and fear. Your leadership isn't built on commands or demands, but on example. You don't need to shout to be heard. Your actions speak louder than words. Every challenge you overcome inspires others to confront their fears. Your success is not just yours. It belongs to all who dare to believe they can rise above their circumstances. You have shown that leadership is not about being flawless. It's about being fearless. It's about owning your struggles, learning from your failures, and continuing to climb despite the world's weight. You are building a legacy of courage, resilience, and unwavering faith. It is a legacy that will outlast the fleeting doubts of your critics and stand as a monument to the power of perseverance. And as you lead, you transform those who follow. You turn hesitation into hope, fear into determination, and doubt into belief. Your journey isn't just yours. It's a shared narrative, a collective story of triumph that inspires others to write their own. The ripples of your rise extend far beyond you, touching lives you may never know. In this way, your legacy is not just about what you achieve, but the countless lives you empower to achieve their greatness. Your rise is not merely an act of defiance, but a declaration of purpose, an unstoppable force that moves with precision and clarity. Their efforts to contain you, their schemes to halt your progress, are powerless against the inevitability of your ascent. They see rebellion as simply fulfilling your destiny, a destiny never theirs to control. Each step you take is a victory and a testament to the unyielding truth that no obstacle can confine a soul driven by purpose. They whispered doubts, sowed fear, and built walls they thought you could not climb. But their efforts became a tool in your hands, a step in the ladder that lifted you higher. You didn't just overcome their resistance, you transformed it. The barriers they erected became the foundation of your success, and the limits they imposed became meaningless in the face of your determination. Now, as they look on, their disbelief turns to awe. They are forced to acknowledge a power they do not understand, a strength that defies explanation. Your rise is upward and outward, breaking their expectations and reshaping the world they sought to confine you to. Your unstoppable ascent is not a rebellion against them, but a celebration of what is possible when purpose meets perseverance. The higher you climb, the clearer it becomes. Their limits were never yours. As you stand at a vantage point they never imagined you could reach, the full impact of your journey becomes undeniable, not just to them, but to you. You are no longer bound by the narratives they crafted or the fears they projected. You have become the embodiment of possibility, a living testament to the power of faith, determination, and vision. But your rise is more than personal. It is transformative for those who witness it, even your adversaries. Their attempts to undermine you have revealed more about them than they could ever have anticipated. What began as opposition has turned into reflection. In you, they see the courage and resolve they abandoned in themselves. They now confront the unsettling truth that you never placed their chains by their own hands. Your victory is not just a triumph over their schemes. It is a mirror reflecting the heights they chose not to climb. Yet you do not dwell in their regret. Your focus remains forward, guided by the understanding that your journey is far from over. You do not rise to gloat. You rise to inspire. Your ascent invites others to break free from their doubts, embrace their potential, and step into a more fantastic version of themselves. The revelation is not yours alone. It is shared. It echoes in the hearts of those who dared to believe in something bigger than their fears. Your process proves no fear or a possibility that your hook is destined. With every step you take, you not only ascend, you bring the world around you closer to hope, closer to light, and closer to the truth that greatness lies within us all. In this reflection, one thing becomes clear. Your story is not a conclusion but a beginning. It is a spark igniting countless flames, a legacy that will ripple far beyond what even you can see. Let them watch, let them ponder, let them wonder. You are not just rising. You are redefining what it means to soar.